Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Ark. In this video, first I'm going to show you how to tame the Onyc. Now the Onyc is a bat-like creature in Ark and it is a passive tame. For this, of course, you will require a trap, and I'm going to show you a multifunctional trap for the purposes of taming an Onyc. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't already for more similar content from myself, and if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Now, as I said, for this you will need a trap, and we are going to make the trap out of stone. You will want to craft the trap near a area that spawns Onyc, and sometimes and most often you will find Onyc in caves. Now, of course, some caves will have Onyc that are not tameable, and you will know that they are tameable by the level of the creatures or the levels of the creatures in that cave. Anything above 150 is not tameable, so that makes that cave basically, or the creatures in that cave, untameable. That is how you know. Obviously, this is going off of servers that have stats and settings similar to the official ones. Of course, on official servers, the maximum tameable creature is level 150. So, of course, that is how you'll know which cave to go to. Of course, you can also find the Onyc wandering about in different maps, such as in the latest map, which is Volguero. You can find them outside, but for the purposes of this video, I will be using a cave. So first things first, let's start with the foundation. And you'll want to set a line of foundation. So I'm going to try and kind of find a fairly flat location to set up my trap. I'm setting up my trap next to the exit of a cave. Now, I'm not quite sure if this one has Onyc, but I'm just doing this for illustration purposes, and you want to go 5 foundations in a line. Now, I can't place that there, so I'll do that here. Now, because at this end right here, there's a bit of a jump, let's call it that. To make it easy for kiting the Onyc in, I'm just going to place down a ramp. So that should allow me to just run in. Next up, we are going to place down some door frames. We're going to go too tall. So we'll place the door frames at both ends of the trap. And then we'll do the same thing for the opposite end, just where I placed the ramp. And we'll place down some walls as well. Again, too tall. You can make the trap shorter. You can go for 4 foundations long should you choose to. I do like the extra length because I can outrun the bat when I kite it in, and you'll see exactly what happens when I kite it in. So I'm just going to place these down here like so, and we've got oh there we go. I just wasted a wall, so I'm gonna have to spawn some more in. I'll see you guys once I got all the materials that I need. Okay, now that I've got everything that I need, let's carry on with the build. Let's place up the wall. I'm just kind of getting rid of some of the stuff that I don't need, so we'll need another wall there. Now, next up, we're gonna start placing the ceilings. I will need those for the entrance, so let's go for the ceilings. And we'll want to place ceilings both at the top as well as in between the 2 walls. And I'll explain. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Actually, I was going to demolish it. So let's pick that up. Let's try that again. Now, it does look like it's a very narrow trap, and it will be. But it does work, I assure you. So let's go back and place the other row of ceilings. As I said, you don't have to make it this long. I made it this long just because the Onyc is not a very fast creature, so I can kite it to the end of the trap, then run around and block it in. So with that said, let's place down another ramp. So I've got that already on my hotbar. So the idea is we'll run in, I'll run out this way, then come around this way and block it in. The Onyx is not a fast flyer, so at this end we'll just place down 2 door frames and leave the first one open. So that is how the Onyx will get in. All I need to do is place down the wall and then replace the door frame at the exit with a wall. Now that is of course to help with the Onyx not aggroing on me when I'm trying to feed it, as it is a passive tame. Now the reason we did that is because down here you can put down a bed, you can put down, as you can see, a preserving bin and have a couple of things, and then reuse this trap time and time again to get as many Onyx as you want. Now Onyx do have a ability where they will spread disease, and once infected, anyone around you will also get that disease. You can of course place multiple preserving bins, and the reason you want to place down preserving bins is that in order to tame the Onyx you will need to tame it with the raw mutton or of course the raw prime meat. That is what it prefers, and so there we go. As you can see, I can easily stay ahead of the Onyx. Now I'm at the trap. I'm just going to run through the door frame straight up, turn around just to make sure that the Onyx is following me. It's already aggroed onto the trap, but I do want it to come to this end. I've got my wall set up and ready. Gonna run around this end. As you can see, the Onyx does want to follow, and it can be a bit dodgy, but it is focused on the trap. If it does come back out, just basically run back into the trap and block it in there. And that's pretty much it. Now obviously you cannot feed the Onyx while it is aggroed, so you will have to fly out of render distance, wait a couple of minutes, I'd say maybe a minute to 2 minutes, then fly back in. Whilst I'm out of render distance, might as well drink some water. The area does seem quite clear. The dramatic music has stopped playing. I'm just gonna hang about here for a couple of seconds, gamma down because it is quite bright. So as you can see, I've been out for about maybe a minute or so. It's time to go back in. The Onyx of course should not be aggroed on me anymore. And the reason for the preserving bins is so that you can preserve your raw mutton or raw prime meat. Obviously, that is the Onyx preferred food. You can go with the cooked version should you want to, but you will have to feed it more of that stuff, and so therefore you will lose taming effectiveness. So I'm just gonna sneak in, access my preserving bin. And in order to passively tame a creature such as the Onyx, you will need to place the food in your last hotbar slot. So that will be 0 for me. I mean, I don't have to crouch necessarily because it does not have any contact with me. It does not know I'm here due to the building, as you can see. So what we need to do now is we need to feed it. And as you can see, it does flicker on and off the prompt to feed it, so you will have to spam the action key to get it fed. Now with any passive creature or passive taming method, the first feed takes the longest, and so I'm just going to end up waiting here until it wants its next feed. After that it should eat fairly quick, but the first feed is always the longest. You can just about see the taming bar on the Onyx. It's kind of difficult because we are actually using its wings that are sticking out to feed it or to interact with it, and well, I'll just have to wait until it's hungry. Obviously, by putting my raw meat in the preserving bin, I am expanding the spoil timers on it. Do make sure you have plenty of that. Alternately, you can set up a refrigerator and a generator to keep it preserved for longer, or extend the spoil timers for longer on the meat. So we're just waiting for it. I'm just gonna show you how long it takes for this Onyx to want its next feed. For the purposes of this video, I will show the full length of this first Onyx, and then I will show you that you can do this with a high level Onyx as well. So it is a bit of a waiting game, but the Onyx is safe in the trap. There is no way it's getting out. We just have to wait it out now. So I'm trying to look at its third icon, which is the food, to see how much it's dropped. And it's about half tamed, as you can see. So this is a level 16 Onyx. Obviously, the higher the level creature, the more you'll have to feed it. And if you're going for high level creatures, you do want to give them the best food that they require. So as you can see, it's now asking me to put taming food in my last item slot. So let's go and get another piece of meat. You can of course also tame it with raw meat. It would just take that much longer. So now we just spam E or whatever the interact button is on consoles. This is on PC, so it should only need one more mutton. I think I do have 2 times taming, so of course if I were to have done this on official server settings, the taming bar would have only been around half, so therefore it would have wanted 4 of the raw muttons. There we go, it's already hungry again. So just to show you, obviously this is a low level bat, and so therefore I can afford to lose some taming effectiveness once. It shows that you want to feed it as quick as possible, because the longer it stays unfed, the more the taming bar will drop, and so therefore you will lose taming effectiveness. Obviously it does not matter for a low level creature, but for a high level creature it is quite important, as you do want to get those extra levels on it. The Onyx does not have a lot of HP and it is not a fast flyer, but it does have that disease, which is a benefit. In terms of getting it out of the trap, you can break this end and try and kite it out. It is already on follow. It is also possible that it is stuck in that corner. Sometimes they do that. I did see a dillo, so let's sort that one out. There we go. It doesn't seem to want to follow. It is very possible that it's stuck there. If it does not follow you and it is on follow, that means it's stuck into the corner. So we'll just have to go and break that end up. That's fine. Not an issue, because we'll have to break it down anyways to replace it with a door frame so that we can reuse the trap. Watch what happens when I break the wall. The Onyx automatically flies out despite the fact that it is on follow. It may have the possibility of flying away. Do make sure you whistle it to follow you again. Otherwise it just randomly goes wherever it wants to. So this time around I am taming a 150 Onyx. I am on its last feed, or this should be its last feed. And there we go. This is a level 150 tamed Onyx. It does appear like it's stuck back into this corner again, but that's fine. We'll just demolish this and see what happens. There we go. It is flying away. It does want to go into that corner for some odd reason. Okay, it's going further. So I'm just gonna fly up. Hey, get back here. So this is what I meant before. Once you let it out the trap, it does have a tendency of doing that. So you will have to re-whistle the Onyx to have it follow you. With that being said and done, that is it. That is how you tame these creatures. They are pretty darn cool. I mean, I personally like the Onyx. They don't have much use in terms of PvE apart from just looking cool. You could probably make better use of them on PvP, but obviously you'll want high level Onyx, and you'll want to level them up as well. As you can see, they are slow flyers. You can outrun them on foot. And I just wanted to bring this guy into the light to kind of show you the details of this creature. That is it from me for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.